All right, guys, I'm going to be connecting now with a few folks from Digicel who's going to be talking to you a little bit about what they've been doing in order to keep you guys safe and help you remain sane. As you know, Digicel is all over the Caribbean and actually 30 countries around the world, and they're doing everything they possibly can to ensure that you have streaming, to ensure you have good internet connectivity, to make sure you have entertainment. So wherever you are, and I want to encourage especially the people in the islands who have not yet been impacted, and I'm hoping, fingers and toes crossed, that it does not get to you as extreme as it's gotten in Italy or Spain or even in China. But I want to let you guys know, that Digicel is there to help you make that smooth transition, even if you have to go into self-isolation. So if you have to go into, there are lots of different things that they are doing, they're putting in place, that have already been put in place, that's been going on for a while now, that you can actually take advantage of. And I'm going to be joined by a few of the folks from Digicel family. We have Jack, who's coming on right about now. And we also, let's see who else we have. Somebody else. Oh yeah, we have Eileen's coming on right now as well. We want to welcome you guys on. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Good. Tell us a little bit about your guys. Tell us who you are.
Well,
So,
funny.
is Aileen on?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Funny enough, I'm actually a Canadian, and I live in Jamaica. So,
Is Aileen on? Do you want me to go first, or is Aileen on?
Yes, Aileen is on. So, Aileen, didn't you get the memo that Canadians were supposed to come back?
Well, you know what? I've been in Jamaica for 12 years. So Jamaica is my home. So when this happened, there wasn't any question. We were staying put. My kids are 8 and 10. So this is their home. So there wasn't any sort of contemplation about leaving. And to be honest, I think the way the government has managed it in Jamaica with the communication, with the lockdown, has been absolutely fabulous. So there was not a question about having to leave.
How about you, Jack?
Just so you know, I can't hear. I can only hear you. I can't hear Aileen.
Okay. I think you're on your phone. If you're on a computer, you'd probably be able to see all of us.
I could see all of you.
But just listen to me then. You don't have to say.
Okay. So I'm physically sitting here in St. Lucia. I'm the regional CEO for the West Indies, which includes Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Anguilla, Montserrat, and Antigua.
Okay, I feel like I need to bring somebody else in on this. I feel like I feel compelled to bring someone else to join us.
Of course.
she's joining us. Hi.
And so now, Jay, hi Jack, hi Aileen. So hey Jay, now you have 3 Canadians that are elsewhere, because I'm also Canadian and Dominican, but I'm home. Canada did send the message, right? Come home, and I'm like, I am home. Thanks very much for reaching out, but I am home. So hey Jackie.
So introduce the folks to the people who are to you and your role.
So I'm Nikki Marie John Baptist. I'm the CEO of Digicel Dominica. Jack is our regional CEO across 7 markets, and Aileen is our Chief Digital Officer. And we are so thankful for all the work Aileen and the team, the entire team across Digicel has been doing, because they've set us up to be able to do so much digitally, so we don't have to be doing the face-to-face interactions, or do the face-to-face interactions just a little bit differently. So Aileen and her team have been pulling that.
Well, Jack can't hear me. You can only hear me because I'm special. So, so I'm gonna be positioning a few questions directly to Jack so that he can answer, and then you guys can go, and then I'll come right back to him so that he knows exactly what's going on. So he's never lost. Okay, Jack.
I'm good. I'm waiting for you. You just tell me when you need me to speak.
All right, I'll do that. I want to start with Aileen. What exactly are you doing in your role right now to ensure that people remain connected to the people to remain in tune with everything that's going on around the world. And why do you think your role is so important right now?
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of people have been talking about how important digital is for a while, but I think it's only when something like this happens that it really forces us to really realize how connected we are and how dependent we are on technology. I think especially now when I've heard your previous guests, you know, when you're self-isolating and social distancing, it's never more important than to be connected, even, you know, through video, through conversation, being able to pick up your phone, being able to log on to your TV, being able to connect to things that are really important to you is so vital under this stressful time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when we were building out a lot of our digital solutions, we kind of looked, there are some things that are essential, the hygiene factors that we need to make sure people are connected. And we've just, actually right before Christmas, we revamped our My Digicel app. That app is really about self-care, right? So, you know, from an app point of view, there's certain things you just need to get on and get it done. So you can top up, you can use vouchers to top up. You can also use a credit card to top up. And for a lot of people in the region, they don't have credit cards, but they can also use the debit cards. And a lot of folks have been, over the last little while, swapping out their debit cards to have the 3 digits at the back of the card. And it means that you can actually use that. You can actually use it online to purchase, which I think a lot of people don't know that they actually have this in their wallet and didn't know they had that functionality. So it means that from the safety of your home, when you're social distancing, you can log on to the app, you can buy top up, you can buy your plans, you can connect so you've got your data, and anything that's really important to you using your debit or credit card or your voucher. And then also on top of that, we also know that people are, you know, sometimes they're short of cash. We're seeing a lot of, you know, change happen. So the app enables you to send credit to people that are closest to you, which I think is so important, right? Like, you know, I have a bit of cash, I'm gonna be able to send it to you and keep that lifeline amongst your family and friends. And then also you're able to self-care. So if you have any questions or curious, you've got the chat functionality. So, you know, how can I, you know, connect to this and this? And we've got people that are remote working now. We're digital. So all our customer care throughout our Caribbean have diversified. A lot of our agents are working from home, but at the same time still supporting everybody in the Caribbean to be connected. And so we've got agents there to answer any questions or queries or concerns, which I think is so vital at this point in time. But also to add a little fun, because, you know, sometimes that's all a little bit heavy, is every Saturday, if you're on some kind of plan with Digicel, when you get to shake it. So every Saturday, if you're on an active plan, pick up your phone, give it a shake, and you are guaranteed to win something with Digicel. So it's, you know, we want to reward our customers for being with us. I think it's important that we give back. And so you can win lots of different fun things. You can win, you know, top up, you can win access to different content. Yeah.
One of the things I must commend you guys on are the little PSAs that you've been sending, how to clean your phones and how to, there was one that somebody in Chicago messaged me and she's like, I want to get Digicel, because she was looking, I think you said there was a post that you made, I can't remember the exact line, but it was so catchy.
Yeah.
It was protect something to do something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but hashtags have been so creative in informing people and sensitizing people, and then the video, the animated video telling you how to clean your phone and all these, brilliant.
Yeah, you know what? It's every day it amazes me. We have such talented people that, you know, it just, this type of thing just brings it to the fore, right? So like one of my team looks after a product called D Music. D Music is the largest Caribbean music streaming app. And the great thing about that app is that you don't need a credit card. So with Spotify and Deezer, you need a credit card if you want to have access. So with D Music, you're able to connect. You can top up using your My Digicel app. You also get 30 days free premium, so you've got access to 40 million songs. But you know what the coolest thing is? It's all local content is the major driver, right? So we've got Popcorn, we've got Chronics, we've got soca, we've got reggae, we've got.
Hearing you say popcorn, eh? we lost Jack for a second there. I think he's coming back, and I also want to invite Alana on with us to come on, because we're just gonna make it, one big family.
Absolutely.
I think he was tired and he was missing us a little bit.
Hi.
Hi,
Alana.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm trying to get Jack back on, but it seems to be having some problems with connecting. Hopefully we can get it back on. Okay, so you were just telling us about the D Music. Nikki, tell us, what have you been doing in Dominica? Of course, besides being an exceptional manager, what are the other things that you've been doing in order to sensitize the public, as well as keep people in touch with each other? Because now that Dominica has seen their first case of corona, just a few hours ago it was announced, there are chances that there are more people that may be infected, and people need to really stay away from public spaces. What do you guys think doing in Dominica to get people up to date?
So, thanks, Jay. And the first thing is that we've activated our business continuity plan to ensure that as an essential service, we can continue providing the high level of service that our customers depend on us for. And especially, as Aileen would have identified, the more persons that go into isolation, as is recommended for preventive measures, the more important connectivity is going to be for them. And then additionally, we've been ensuring that we issue preventive messages that are verified. So utilize the WHO as the guidance for us, the World Health Organization, towards issuing those preventive messages, encouraging everybody to really follow the guidelines, social distancing, staying home, you know what I mean, doing things digitally to be able to support them. Again, with My Digicel app, we've tried to ensure that our customers have a way to top up, activating their plans, definitely activating plans. And there are a whole heap of promotions in the market right now towards getting you to activate a 1-day, 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day plan to ensure that you have both voice and data available to stay connected to the people you love. Although you may not physically be able to be there with them, you can still stay connected with them in so many different ways. We've also ensured we've linked with the banks so that persons can continue to pay their bills without having to come outside, without having to go into any of the bill pay locations, to get online through Republic Bank, First Caribbean International Bank, National Bank of Dominica, as well as the National Cooperative Credit Unions, so that they can ensure that they can continue to pay their bills, continue to stay connected, to be able to do that. We also activated a hotline in partnership with the government of Dominica. We are the partner of them for all of their ICT services, and we have a program that we are rolling out with them right now. So we have activated a hotline, and we're going to continue working with them as they continue taking the necessary measures to ensure that the country is safe and secure. So those are some of the things that we've done so far to help the country with the COVID-19.
Well, as you probably know, because in the islands, we're very social people. We like to be outside. We like to see people. We like to see our neighbors. We're always in somebody's business. We like to go out to the bars and on the side of the street and all of these things. Eileen, I know you're in Jamaica and you had to self-isolate to some extent. What would you recommend to other islands who are probably now getting into this and have to figure it out? What do you recommend to them, and how are you coping with that?
It was breaking up just a little bit there, but what would be my recommendation for islands that haven't locked down yet?
Yes.
So I think that the key thing is about preparation, right? And definitely just even hearing from your previous guests and from, Nikki and the team from our CMC, things happen so quickly, and it's always the things that, they were joking about the toilet paper in previously, but there's so many things that when you start locking down that you realize you don't think about, right? And some of those things are, even toothpaste. Like I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, oh my God, I was running out of toothpaste and I didn't even think about it. Now, thankfully, we're still able to move around. We're still, there's no problem with going. The grocery stores are still open for a good few hours. So it means that at least we're able to get the essentials. But I think it's really important to make sure that you do have your essentials. So when it does happen and we're closer to home getting locked down, that you do have your phone connected, you have it charged, you have, your backup, you've got your credit, you've got your apps on your phone to make sure you're entertained, because especially for people that are living on their own, you have to create that schedule. So what am I going to do when I wake up in the morning? So, first thing in the morning, what do most people do is, catch up with the news, and Alana looks after that for us, and getting that information out. And then other people want to, catch up on their movies and their shows, and Playgo, as we're streaming live on Playgo at the moment, keeping connected, having a bit of entertainment. And then for people that are really into the music, then D-Music keep you connected. My team were having a bit of fun. They're working from home. They started building out some playlists, like All by Myself, working from home. And they're having great fun. Like every time I go on the app, there's like a new playlist that the guys are having fun with, like Sanitizer is like, highlighted as like the latest hit. And, it's about also lightening the mood, right? And I think for our mental health, we need to make sure that we're taking a break, we're breathing, because I think we can almost get ourselves into a tizzy, and I think we need to support each other as a community to try and settle fears. It's, we've seen through your guests previously, they're coping, been able to make it through. I've all faith that we're going to be the same.
Thank you very much, Aileen, for joining us. I'm going to say goodbye to you for now, because I'm going to...
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so very much for being on. You're welcome, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us about what you're doing to ensure that we stay connected.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye. All right, so we're continuing with Nikema, Alana, and Jack is going to be joining us again. Hopefully we don't get cut off from him at all. And Jack is doing something exceptional, and he's in charge of something that a lot of folks are going to start hearing about, which is the Learning Hub. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Jack?
Sure. Hi, Nikema. Hi, Alana. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jack.
I actually caught the last 10 minutes. Believe it or not, I'm not a technophobe. My phone was playing up. Anyway, let me skip to I kind of practiced what I wanted to get across. There were three things that we are doing here in the West Indies, piloting in St. Vincent and St. Lucia. The first thing, we've worked with the Ministry of Education in these countries and helped identify key websites, learning websites, portals, etc., that will be critical to help with remote learning and help with boredom busters while the kids are at home. So what Digicel are doing in these countries, across all our countries, is ensuring that these access to these websites from people's mobile phones are for free, right? And I think that's super, super critical. We've made sure that they are essential learning sites, and we've in sync with the government, which I think is super, super critical. The second thing is content, and I know Aileen was talking about the app that we have, Playgo. So what we've done over the last week is we've pre-recorded content that will be accessible as video on demand via the Playgo app. This too will be free for Digicel customers to access. And what we're encouraging across all our countries and our markets, that any teachers, any teaching institutions, any government archival footage that will help, with education, help with boredom busters, etc. We want access to that. We will put it up onto the app and make it accessible to everybody, all our Digicel customers out there, so they can access it free. They will have to access a plan via the My Digicel app. I sound like a car salesman here, but I'm trying to actually make it relevant, because by having that app, it's an access to our our shop window. So you'll be able to see everything that we're doing, and we'll have lots of tips, etc., to help people make the most of the content that we're making available, but also ensuring we're supporting the World Health Organization and all the key institutions out there with key messaging to, prevention starts with you, everything that they need to know during this pandemic. The last but not least is the live classroom or the virtual classroom situation. So we've teamed up with Microsoft. They have a product in their Office 360 product series called Microsoft Teams. So it's like Zoom, it's like what we've got here. And basically, it'll allow a teacher to broadcast their classroom or their subject out to their students, etc. The product allows up to 10,000 people to join on at one time, and Digicel will make sure that access to the Microsoft Teams product, the app version or the URL version, that they will have that free, right? So it'll be from their mobile phone, access to those websites are free. Specifically around the Learning Hub, I'm not going to steal Nakima's thunder, because Dominica is actually a country that are championing this across the West Indies or in the OSCS markets. Basically, it's a platform out of Jamaica. It has content for all levels, the scholastic syllabus in the Caribbean. It's available for free to download. There's a free trial for 14 days. What Digicel, again, are doing is making access from your mobile phone to this particular website for free. And we will continue to do that through this period. And that's one of 3 amazing things that we're doing to ensure that we're doing our bit to help parents, to help families, and to help students remain connected with remote learning.
I almost want to say brilliant.
Say it!
So Nikima, tell us, go into it a little bit as to what you guys, because I've been seeing the commercials, and it's been out there where people are starting to use the service. Tell us, what has been the response like with the Learning Hub? And now that Dominica has a challenge, some people are probably gonna have to go into isolation. How would that benefit them?
Yeah, so the Learning Hub, again, is an online digital platform, and it's available in partnership with the government of Dominica and the Ministry of Education, which gives access to every single student. I think it's like 9,000 students and about, I think, 1,600 teachers, grade 2 or 3 right up to 5th form. And it's an online platform that allows the Ministry of Education to upload Dominica-specific syllabus to be able to go through, and it allows for tutorials, tutoring with the teachers, interaction with the teachers, and I think it's timely. However, this has been launched in Dominica since this school year began. We started onboarding the schools in August, ahead of the school year, and we've accelerated it now due to the current circumstances. And what we've been doing is going school by school, having trainings, and again, sessions with both the teachers and the students to ensure they have their passwords and they know how to utilize the platform so that they could engage with it previous. So we've accelerated that again because of the current situation, and we're in touch with the Ministry of Education to ensure that we really get absolutely everybody on board to be able to utilize it right now.
Wow, that sounds really good. I must commend you guys. I know I've heard a few people speaking about it. I know actually a few people have taken advantage of the 14-day free, just to check out, see what it's about. And I have no doubt that a lot of people would need to eventually connect. Because even here in Canada, they've already started uploading the curriculum through their own online hub so that people can get access to it, because people are currently asked to self-isolate. Kids have been sent home here in I really appreciate the two of you for coming on and talking to us. I want to switch gears over to Alana, because Alana plays a major role that I feel like a lot of Caribbean people should listen to right about now. If you were not listening before because you thought it was probably a commercial or an infomercial, you need to listen now, because Alana is in charge of Loop, and she's going to tell a little bit about Loop. But the reason why I want to highlight why you need to pay attention, because a lot of fake news is spread out there, and a lot of times you get false information. It's not accurate information. It's not information from the right mediums. Alana is here to tell you why you need to stay connected to Loop. Welcome, Alana.
Thank you very much for having me, and great introduction. So, of course, Loop is is the Caribbean's most downloaded news app. We have teams locally in 6 markets: Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Haiti, Cayman, and St. Lucia. And we now have a new Loop Caribbean team on board as well. And they will be covering all the rest of the Digicel markets, the English-speaking markets. So busy time for us. And, you know, in any situation, you know, whether it's a pandemic, you know, if it's terrorism, acts like this, the news media become, you know, infinitely more busy. We have multiple roles, or I see my teams having multiple roles in the current COVID-19 crisis. So obviously, first and foremost, you know, we report the news, and it is very, very, very important that the news is accurate, factual, and up to date. With social media and the emergence of so many of the online platforms that we actually hail as helping us in our daily lives, the downside of that is it has also brought a dissemination of fake and false information. Most notably, you will have heard all the potential cures for coronavirus, or the people that can't get it. Apparently, it doesn't do well in the heat. My mother kept ringing me from Ireland to tell me I was lucky that I was in the Caribbean because it doesn't survive in heat. I know. And some of them are really laughable, and then other ones are very, very dangerous for lots of different reasons. So, you know, our job is like guardian and protector of the communities we serve, to make sure that what they hear and what they get is accurate and up to date. Actually, in Jamaica, we had the health minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton, in our studio, our makeshift studio on Monday night. For one of our broadcasts, and it was, you know, phenomenal to have him in and speak to us and speak to our users through us. Very important to get that information out there. Then secondly, obviously, we have a public service role here, and that's basically all around getting out the vital information. You know, what are the numbers you call if you feel symptomatic? In fact, what are the symptoms? Who is most at risk? You know, what time is my local market open? What time does the supermarket close at? You know, what's the government saying? And we very much like to demystify a lot of the language terms and things that people might not otherwise really grasp. So basically, we bring what does it mean for you? Because that's what everyone wants to know. Mm-hmm. Thirdly, our role, and Aileen touched on this also, and this one is very, very important for me. It's easy to get really obsessed with the headlines, and I'm sure, you know, everyone on this call or listening in will be doing the same. You know, I have become obsessed with Italy, with what's happening in the UK, obviously back at home in Ireland. But there's also a problem of over information, and people it does actually affect your mental health. And so at Loop, we very much rely on bringing a lightheartedness to our users. And in no way, you know, it's not flippant, or it's, you know, this is a very serious pandemic. You know, I mean, a lot of people have died, a lot more people will die, but we have to remember that the vast majority of people do recover. And so we want to bring that a bit of escapism. So what we've been doing a lot of lately is things to do when you're in self-isolation, Netflix binges, books, you know, immune boosting foods. You know, we had a joke about the toilet roll, people fighting in the aisle, you know, so it's just to sort of bring people back as well from the really, really depressing side of all this, which makes us all fearful for the future. We did, obviously my teams are all in at home, we're all working from home. So we've got really innovative, or even more innovative than we usually are at Loop. So we're doing like selfie videos. We had one on our Instagram today in Jamaica, and it was our top tips for, you know, surviving the boredom sort of thing.
What are your top tips?
So we had the best Netflix binges. We had spring cleaning. So, you know, like use the excuse to get all those chores done that you didn't actually want to do. I mean, I had to put makeup on today for this call, and I was like, wow, I've forgotten what that's like.
Fabulous, Alana.
Thanks, Jack.
Fabulous.
Thank you. But I was like to Ailing, oh my God, will I have to brush my hair to go on Facebook Live? So, you know, because we're working from home and no one sees you. So you do, I think, have to find the humor in these situations, because otherwise it would be an even more bleak outlook for us all. And I do want to really reiterate the fact that Loop we have such a wide reach across the Caribbean because of the teams, and now the Loop Caribbean team also, and we touch into all the markets. We've been doing a live blog since day one, which is updated minute by minute basically, and it's just a rolling blog of news from everywhere, world, regional, local. We want to keep people updated on all the facts. It's very, very easy for teams in the panic of the news cycle to maybe be waylaid by fake news or rumor. And so that's where, you know, I come in to make sure that we're following the proper protocols. It's not a case confirmed until it's confirmed by the government. It doesn't matter who swears that they heard this or saw that. There's absolutely no value in perpetuating a rumor in this circumstance. And, you know, what I just want to make sure is that everyone who follows us and because they are like friends of Loop, they will reach out and say hi and tell us things. It's just, you know, you're nearly like a person. So I want to make sure that they know that everything that we bring to them will be, you know, up to date, will be factual, and we will be striving to do our very best to help lift the sadness that's really entrenched the world at the moment.
Thank you very much, Alana, for that. Thank you for you guys, all three of you, for joining me here and giving us the information as we need it, really, really need it, especially now since the Caribbean, you know, people are still, some borders are still not closed, so people are still coming in and people are still leaving and commuting between or traveling between the Caribbean islands, whether it's for business, pleasure, whatever it is. And of course, we need to stay up to date with our news. We need to know what to do to protect ourselves. And the kids are going to be home for some time, so we need to we're using all the necessities in order to stay informed, in order to guard our families and also protect ourselves. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Really appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care. I'll see you all. Bye.
Bye.